Welcome back to an episode of we are going to continue helping the people. In this case, we're going to treat the well-meaning well. Let's talk to this guy and see why he lost his vision. Interesting. Is this again another situation of lost memory or what? Emergency provisions like food? Kurosawa no nakama ka? Because he was much nicer before, I believe. Very interesting. But before we're getting ourselves some emergency food ourselves. Wait, and who's this guy? Nishiguchi. That's a dude you can just miss if you're not careful. All of my life savings are gone. Oh, are you here to draw amusement from my pitiful life? Well, what happened? Listen to me. How could such a thing happen? I was robbed of all I had. Of course, those thieves. Now I feel like I'm cursing at myself. Oh wait, this doesn't have anything to do with me, does it? Anyway, in the name of the Electro Archon and Heaven, I know I was wrong. But these were the wealth that I earned from all over. Why are you looking at me like that? Steal? Word? Did I say the word? Nah, what are you doing? Wait, please, put your sword away. I will tell you everything I know. I'll be honest, I was indeed a thief once, but just when I was about to quit my job, all of my savings were stolen. This is probably what I deserve, but if someone could help me retrieve my money, I'll be a good person and atone for the rest of my life. Should I ask Bantan Sango Detective Agency for help? You could. A thief visiting a detective agency? Come on. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Maybe they'll help me. Anyway, the people from Bantan Sango Detective Agency are far more competent than those useless pieces of garbage at the police station. You can ask them for help if you need anything. I've heard that the president of the agency is very talented. She might be able to help me retrieve my wealth. But I don't think I have the money to pay for the commission, though. Well, everybody seems to have some problems. Now, let's talk to Kurosawa Kyonosuke.
あいつらがどこからそんな噂を聞いたか知らないが、きっとそれを使って俺をたかりに来たんだ。俺にお救い米があるとしたら、こんなに貧しいわけないだろう。笑えるぜ。
Because you gave those supplies away to the people to make them actually able to survive. But it's interesting that they are asking for basically free food, and they seem to be unable to get that. So this eternity reign of the shogun seems to be a bit well, less productive when it comes to the necessities of life.
俺も食べるものにありつけてないってのに。用がないならもう言ってくれ。まだやることがあるんだ。
Yeah, we heard that you lost your vision
確か
recently.
にそれは本当のことだ。幕府軍に奴、俺がメガリレーに対して不満を持ってるとか、仕事をサボってるとか、ライデン将軍に忠実じゃないとか言って、俺の神の目を押収しやがった。
Well, you are given the visions by some higher powers anyway, and the people from the Shogun army have no say in that, either for or against it.
おかしいな。お前もメガリレーの執行者だろ？なんでメガリレーに不満を抱いてるんだ？
それは正直もう覚えてない。ただあの時は毎月何かをやっていたことだけは覚えてる。今はもうやる気すら起きないが。
It's as if some part of their... Yeah, it's not just the part of their personality. It's like someone cut out their brain or whatnot.
忘れただけならまだしも、心がなんかモヤモヤするんだ。誰かに借りがあるのに、それを思い出せないみたいな。
Probably food.
お救い米と関係はあるのか？
お救い米の横領なんてしてない。言っただろ。お救い米があったらこんな苦しい生活誰がするって言うんだ。それに俺の家はさっき砲塔団に強盗に入られたばかりだ。で砲塔団を追っている途中、あいつらに止められたんだ。信じないって言うなら砲塔団どもを懲らしめて俺の家にお救い米があったかどうか聞いてみるといいさ。
嘘を言っているようには見えなかったな。
Yeah, truth or not, we have to investigate
で
that.
も確証はない。やっぱり砲塔団のやつを捕まえて聞いてみよう。砲塔団が残した痕跡をたどれば見つけられるはずだ。まだ。
There you go. So, let's see. Let's ask him again, just in case.
まさか砲塔団に身の潔白を証明してもらう日が来るなんてな。
Oh, thank goodness they may even have all of the provisions. So, let's see. Treasure Hoarders, Treasure Hoarders, Treasure Hoarders. They are just around the corner. Look at that. Damn it. Let me just... There we go. Just let me pass through. The good old Byaku Plains. Now, what is going on with those foxes? I mean, they do behave like... Yeah, you can just attack them and then they disappear. You cannot kill the foxes for some reason. You can kill all other animals in Liu and in... Or did they even change that? No, I don't think so. But somehow these foxes are absolutely immortal. Really weird. Okay, there we have those treasure orders.
俺たちが行った武士たちの家、貧しかった一人を除けば他はみんな裕福でがっぷり稼げた。
これくらいどうってことね。今日の成果は俺たちが億万長者になる一歩目に過ぎないんだからな。今日ここからお前たちを引き連れ盗っ人の世界で偉業をなし一躍有名になってやるぜ。
Well, you can only plunder once, right? Then the people have to rebuild it and then you have to replunder it again. So you need to have a certain downtime, otherwise the whole thing won't work.
兄貴万歳。
どうやらあいつらがオイラたちの探してる砲塔団みたいだな。
What kind of lesson are we talking
や
about?
ろうぜ。
Maths? 1 + 1 = 2. If I hit you with a sword, then I have a certain chance of critting, ending up like it's basically a math lesson. Yeah, see that? An awful lot of numbers.
よし出発だそうなんでこんな俺の金が頑張って盗んできた俺たちの成果が
Yeah, stealing is also hard work, you know. This is why you shouldn't really focus on working hard.
兄貴なんとかしてくれ
そのいい身のこなしだな。砲塔団に入って俺たちと大事をなす気はないか？
Okay, well, it's not likely. What has it you looted Kurosawa's house?
黒沢？ああ、覚えてるぜ。
Exactly this
ま
one.
さかあいつに言われてきたのか？くそ、なんてついてないんだ。あんなやつの家なんかに寄るんじゃなかったぜ。
黒沢の家はどうだったんだよ。食料がたくさんあったんだろ。
食料？んなもんねえよ。汚ねえ家の中だったぜ。そういえば一つだけ変わった箱があったな。他の奴らに見られたくなかったから戻ってから開けようと思ったんだが、そんな時にお前らに捕まっちまった。いっそこの箱で手を打つってのはどうだ？
Well, we can just look into it together, right? Let's just get a surprise.
まだ少しは成果残ってるみたいだな。
What's in that box?
これ
Oi.
これは
借用書
Oh, this is why someone is supposed to owe him something. IOUs. But IOUs are amazing. They are basically money.
それにたくさんあるぞ。雑貨店の葵さんから借りたお金の借用書みたいだ。うわ、結構な大金だぞ。
It's almost the same like IOU. Well, ROE.
一体どういうことなんだろう。雑貨店に行って聞いてみようぜ。おい、お前たちはもう行っていいぞ。もうこんなことやるなよ。
This basically means that they can do whatever they want afterwards, as long as we don't notice them. Come on.
ありがとうございます若頭借用書で手を打てたってことは俺たち儲かったんじゃないか
Kind of.
早くずらかるぞ。
So much so to that. Alrighty. So this Aoi, where is she? Very, very far away this way. Okay. Somewhere in the village, right next to a teleporter. How convenient. Righty. Ah, this one. Oh, there could be a, or not, chest down here. Anyway, Aoi. Aoi.
何でもありなつくも物。何かお求めですか？
Well, depends.
それとも何か聞きたいことでもあるのでしょうか？
Okay, about the IOUs.
黒沢さんのお友達でしたか？お客様は黒沢さんの代わりに借金を返しに来たのですか？
Wait a minute, so he's supposed to own you some... Oh, okay.
いや、オイラたちはただこの借用書のことを知りたくて。黒沢さんはどうしてこんなにモラを借りたんだ？ここで何か貴重なものでも買ったのか？
そうですね。黒沢さんは定期的にここで大量の食料を購入されています。上からの配給ではなく彼自身のモラで。
And did he ever pay
し
off
か
his
し
debt?
近頃は食料も値段が上がり、黒沢さん自身の俸禄では足りなくなったのでしょう。その時から借用書でモラを借りながら以前と同じ量の食料を交換するようになりました。
That's one way of doing it, but...
お 救い米ってそういう経緯だったんだな。でもなんで昔と同じ量を買ってたんだ？食料の値段が上がったんなら少なめに買えばいいだろう。
Well, less would not be enough, I presume.
考えてもみてください。お救い米を受け取りに行く人々はその食料がどれほどの期間持つか事前に考えておくのが普通ですよね。
And the calculation always goes down.
昼夜問わず綿密な計画をしたにもかかわらず手に入ったのが予想より少なかったら、人々の気持ちを大事に思い借金をしてでも以前と同じ量の食料を変えてきたのです。
Also, you don't really skimp out on food.
過去に渡してきた食料は黒沢さんが全部自分で買ったものだったのか。なのに周囲の人から感謝されるどころかずっと責められて。人の態度は自身の置かれている状況によって変わるものです。生きるということに関してほとんどの人は他のことに気を回す余裕がなくなります。
Oh, that's some truth there. They reflect their circumstances. That's quite true. Also, if there are some, let's call it basic or lower needs that have to be met, then of course the person won't be inclined to go for higher goals at the same time. Or at least they are not as important.
私からすれば黒沢さんがお救い米の出所を最初から話していれば、このような面倒事も減っていたと思います。もちろん減るだけですが、彼がしたことは花から骨折り損のくたびれ儲けです。彼がどうしてお金を払ってお救い米を買ったのか、どうしてそれを公表して感謝されることをしなかったのか、私にもし気になるのでしたら黒沢さんに直接聞いてみてはいかがでしょう。
Well, I would want to ask him, but he cannot remember.
そういえば彼は神の目を押収されたばかりでしたね。それは厄介ですね。もし借金を返せないのでしたら彼が大事にしていた刀を売るしかないかもしれません。
Oh, is it the sword that he has on hand or is it another one?
刀？なんだそれ。
黒沢さんから聞いていませんか？一年中身につけているほど彼には大事な刀があるんです。私も昔彼にその刀の来歴を聞いたのですが、これは父から譲り受けたものでどんな高値でも売らないとだけ言われました。当時は少し残念に思ったほどです。何せ私はこの世の万物は値段で測ることができ、相応のモラを払えば何でも買えると思っていましたので。
And the price is much better if they are in need of selling it, right? You can just lowball it.
黒沢さんに刀の事情を聞いてみてください。あなた方の探している答えはその刀にあるかもしれません。
How much is the IOUs in general?
もちろん、その前にこちらでのお会計を済ませてくださいね。
Yeah, that could be arranged if the amount is reasonably high.
でもオイラたち何も買ってないぞ。
情報も売り物の一つ。そうでしょ？
Well, this is also an interesting thing. Yeah, information is valuable, so don't just give it away. Or actually, people are thinking that information is supposed to be given away, like a free good or something, right? They basically lower the value of the people that put the work into obtaining the information, right? So they're basically making it worse for these that try to make the information or give some service or deeper knowledge or whatnot. Like everybody just thinks that just because you know something, you're supposed to like throw it out.
ま あ、確かに黒沢さんの情報は高くはつきませんね。特別秘密にしてくれとも言われていませんし。そうですね。2000モラでどうでしょう。
Okay, just in case, what would have happened if I didn't have the 2000 Mora at hand?
少なくともお救い米の事情が分かったんだ。それと黒沢さんがずっと持ってる刀のことも。
Yeah, it's priceless, meaning it cannot be sold.
本人に聞いてみよう。何か思い出すかもしれない。
Alright, so let's see what other goods she has, just in case. Tsukukumo... Again. Tsukumomono groceries. All your wishes granted to in this one place. Tsukumomono. Okay. Yeah, do you sell everything here, you mean? That's right. Tsukumomono itself means having almost everything. Similarly, our shop is dedicated to fulfilling the wishes of every customer, which means that as long as you can offer the right price, this both have to be switched, you can buy anything. And as for how we got the goods, I'm afraid I cannot disclose that. So, you stole it. One new Paimon blaze. Paimon? Oh, what's this? A flying doll that makes noises. Is this some antique imbued with genjutsu by any chance? Sorry, this is indeed a little... Please wait, dear customer. I shall have to consult my sources. And Paimon didn't even appear, right? Your wish is my command. Please pick anything you like. So, the general goods vendor in here is like any other general goods vendor. Oh, we can get some Naku wheat from here. Only 5, but okay. The rest is at the reasonable price. Okay, wait a minute. What about 100? 100, 100, 100, 1000 something? Like if I'm higher than 500, then I think I actually have a decent price, but I usually just tend to stock up on everything in here. Like I don't need more than 1000, but it's good to have a certain amount available just in case you... Like this one, for example, I have 1000 of these weeds here, 600 potatoes or whatnot, then 1000 cabbages, 800 here, 500 there, 800 over there, and like salt's also at 500. So I don't need to buy that stuff. It's really nice. You can just stock up on it and you're good to go. Alright, I think I checked... Yeah, back on here. Didn't notice anything really. So, those two are also just a decor. Wait a minute. Decor. What about some decorative chests somewhere? I mean, this is a decent place to place something, right? Ah, look at that. And there we go. Some more to investigate. Let's check out with us. A Waster Greatsword. Wasted. Ah, more to investigate. No, it's not in here. I saw something blink here for a moment. Ah, okay, it was the berries then. So, onwards we go. Dum dum dee dee dum dum. Yoriki! Oh no, he's supposed to be called differently. Well, they probably just went away without the food. Oh, okay. What if the sword is actually a dull one? Using a sword more often just results in it being used more often, and its primary use is in cutting things, mostly people. Well, it was kind of true, but we got some other information as well.
どうして昔の俺はそんなやつだったのか。全く覚えがない。今お前たちに言われ振り返ってみても何も思い出せない。昔の俺はどうしてそんなことをやってたんだ。骨折り損じゃないか。理解できない。でも確かにさっきこの刀を握ってあの二人を脅そうとした時、体が本能的に抵抗するのを感じた。
Yeah, because that sword is not there for cutting things. Mind if we take a look?
この刀、昔は俺の親父が台頭していたものだったんだ。小さい頃、親父からそれを盗んで近所のガキたちの前で見せびらかしたのを覚えてる。その後親父にこっぴどく叱られたがな。
Yeah. You don't just take weapons out for play.
親父は、なんて言ってたっけ。おかしい。また思い出せなくなった。神の目が奪われてから何か大切なものを忘れたような気がするんだ。記憶のところどころに大きな空白があってどうやっても思い出せない。ただ親父はこの刀には自分の心情があるって言ってたのを覚えてる。親父が亡くなる直前、その刀を俺に渡した。その時に言ってくれたんだ。この刀を持てばきっと。
あれ、よく見ると刀の絵に何か文字が刻んであるぞ。旅人、何が刻んであるのかわかるか
？Virtue and justice.
仁義。それだったらこの状況も説明がつくような気がするな。借金をしてでも他人の幸せを願う。それが俺にとっての最大の願いだったんだろう。
Yeah, nice. Endless step. Perfect. In the end, you'll lose your sword, your armor, your house, everything. It's not helpful.
だが仁義なんて何になる。その道に従って自分の金でお救い米を買った結果はどうだ。
Well, he does have a point.
天領奉行に神の目を奪われ、俺が助けていた人々からも理解されない。なのにあいつらに刀を向けた時、それでも心が痛んだ。俺は善人になんかなれない。悪人にも。じゃあ俺は一体。
こいつもかわいそうな人だったんだな。借金のことはトーマに相談してみよう。シャブ業なら支援してくれるだろ。
Yeah, but then he just ranks up even more dead. That's not helpful.
大事な刀を売るわけにはいかないからな。
Yeah. It's no trifling matter. Well, losing... What is this? Losing a vision is no trifling matter.
願いを失うのって恐ろしいことなんだな。お前に神の目がなくてよかった。
Thank goodness, I can cheat the system.
次の神の目を失った人のところに行こう。
Paimon seems to be too happy about that. Great. Absolutely great. Okay, where's the next one? Find the next person who lost their vision. Swordmaster's path is paved with broken blades. Kinda sounds neat. Broken blades. Oh, wait a minute. Let's just have a little chit-chat with Hajime for now. So, sorry, I have a lot on my plate right now. I can only talk to you while I work. Would you like to buy a weapon, or do you have a forging request? About yourself, please. Me? I'm just regular apprentice swordsmith. I do whatever my master tells me to do. As you can see, I practice forging every day, earn a meager salary, and listen to my master's endless lectures. Although I'm the senior disciple, I'm not sure if the master's really counting on me to take over the Amenoma art. Well, whatever. It's not a bad idea as long as I get paid more. It's tough being a disciple. Well, it's nice that he's just arguing, not getting paid more, and then this. What is this hairstyle? Wait a minute. There was some interesting hairstyle, like that. People started to cut their hair this way in order to represent their affiliation with a certain group of people. I just don't know exactly which one it was. But anyway, it's tough being a disciple. You said it. It would be bad if my master hears me complaining. If he overhears, he'll lecture me for the entire day. Thank you for your concern. Seeing as you are a traveler on the move, I'll give you these all for you. If something is wrong with your weapon, they might be of use to you. Nice. Or it is actually a functional hairstyle, so that no hair is falling down in front of his face or something like that. But I don't think so, because why would he have a hairband and ponytail? Makes no sense. So, let's talk again with Hajime. I want to know what else he can make. It's not about the... Was it about the making? I would like something made. Yeah, let's try that. And then we can look what he is able to sell. Okay, the stuff that can be made is always the same, no matter what. And the stuff to buy. Yeah, they're all works of the Amenoma art that have been approved by my master. Take a gander. Well, I think it's also connected to the other shops as well. Like every time you try to buy one of these weapons from the smith, then they are getting locked by all the other smiths. Don't even know if they're all called Hajime for the same reason as like Catherine is called Catherine. So, Amenoma Tougo. Oh, that's the dude. Okay, hello. About forging commissions, I've left those to my apprentice Hajime. Go talk to him about any such matters. Well, what about the smithy? Well, the Amenoma smithy is a place for Amenoma art followers to forge, smelt, and sell weapons. Is there anything else I can help you with? Well, what is this Amenoma art? Among the swordsmiths in Inazuma, some speak of the writing Goga something. It is said that in ancient times, a Ronin passed the process of forging down to 5 of his disciples. Each of the 5 different techniques has its own secret. Amenoma art is one of them. Yeah, can I ask about swords and blades in Inazuma? Are you also interested in the Inazuman weapons? Seems like you're something of a master of the sword yourself. We Inazuman artisans use a special material called jade steel, which is produced from Tatarasuna when forging weapons. It makes the sword tougher and sharper. That's the reason why Inazuman weapons are some of the best in the world. Naturally, we have also inherited the techniques of forging weapons using jade steel. The key to that is using our perseverance to bring out the strength of the steel. The blades aren't exactly the same as the ones in Liu. Well, yeah, the materials and methods used to forge the weapons aren't the same, so the resulting weapons would be of a different style as well. I heard that Liu's Archon, Rex Lapis, was skilled at the forging of weapons previously. I was curious about what the blades made in Liu were like, so a while ago I requested some from the Crux fleet to bring a weapon made in Liu to me. I learned a lot after studying that weapon. Now I have fully grasped the techniques that were used to forge the weapon. Seeing as you have deep connections with Liu, I'll give this to you. Alright, and it's probably just a normal one. A fillet blade! Oh, thank you! It's not just any ordinary blade, it's one of the good ones too. Like a fillet blade is one of those nice gimmicky weapons. I love those. So, okay, yeah, 2 options. There was something about the swords at the beginning. There we go. Got any tricks of the trade to share? If you want to learn about some special forging tricks, then you've come to the wrong place. Amenoma art is different from the others. We don't have any secret forging tricks to offer. The only thing we can tell you is that you will need patience and the willpower to give everything you have. Everyone who visits Amenoma Smithy has witnessed our skill in forging weapons. However, only very few have enough perseverance to carry on the spirit of the Amenoma art. Only by creating a superior piece of work With relentless persistence and patience, can you inherit the Amenoma name? Well, I'm not interested in the name, I'm interested in the art itself. I would just call it any way I want, really. But yeah, what about the fillet blade? I think yeah, I must have maxed one out. So this is one of those maxed out fillet blades. I just love those thingies. The only problem about these fillet blades is that they are not as potent as some of the other stuff that you can get. Do I have another sword? Yeah, for example, this one here. Okay, this is a 90 weapon. This is 90 weapon. So the base damage would be relatable. So this one ends up at 401. This one probably also goes to 401 if it reaches level 90. And yeah, it's somewhere around the 400s really, most of the time. I don't have any other 90 weapon, do I? Yes. So, but this is, wait a minute, this is 70? Roughly around the same ballpark. Anyway, this one, on the other hand, has, yeah, more than a quarter of additional attack damage, and this is just amazing. On top of that, you also have a higher bonus. So this one is, yeah, sadly this one is only at 35%. That's not great. And the 46% increase in crit damage. Like, this is one reason why Albedo does so much damage. Oh, it's just such a nice sword. So nice. The higher crit rates are amazing. But, wait a minute. When HP is above 90%, increase crit rate by 28%. Okay, something is weird. It is... I thought it was more. Did they nerf this thing? Need to look at his details for that. The crit damage is at 139 and the crit rate is at 45%. Why is it only so low? That's weird. I thought it was higher. I think they nerfed the sword. I mean, the whole reason of the higher crit rate is there to get the crit damage going as well, but somehow the 28% does not seem right to me. I think they nerfed it. It's only 28%. I mean, you can get any other weapon, really. Let's see. Damn it, I can only look for quality items like these. What else do I have? I'm actually looking, and what about this one? What about its bonus damage? This one can stack 4 times and has an increased attack of 28% as well. If you stack like 7 times 4 in this case, yeah, you end up at 28%. So it might be a little bit higher if this one reaches rank 5. But that is it. It feels a little off, only having an increased 28% crit rate. Hydro damage, like, it's kind of the same. Increased damage against opponents affected by Hydro? Yeah, no one cares about that. Sadly, I don't have any other items in here. And additional energy recharge is not really necessary. This one is there to heal you. That's actually a really nice gimmicky item. But only good for healers or whatnot. Like there's a similar sword like this, but I have it on Noelle, and that's just really cool because it also increases the defense, and her scaling works with defense. That's why it's so cool. All right. So this is crit damage, 46%. So it's basically an increased damage of... I have to do this rating a little differently anyway. On hit has a 50% chance to deal 400% attack damage, but this can only happen every 11 seconds. That's the easy part. It's 11 seconds. That is so long. So you can use it once, then switch to another character, wait until the seconds are gone, and then bam, do it again. But it's not meant to be used continuously, so that's just something to keep in mind. At least this one has attack and base attack at the same time. So let's quickly look at his stats real quick. It's roughly 50%, let's say, and this is roughly 140. So it's the crit stuff works with a 70% increase in damage. 70% increase in damage. So can we get something different? 70% increase in damage. And this would end up with a 50% increase in wait a minute. 70%? Half of that. Yeah, half of that. And then actually a quarter of that because the crit rate goes down. But if I have, let's say, higher defense values altogether, then I would have like 24% higher defense. But it's not all of the defense that goes up, it's just the base defense that goes up. Like you have flat defense and then you have percentage defense. And the way they're added together is a bit iffy. Because it's not that you get flat defense added and afterwards the percentage. It's that you get added the numbers at the same time. And they're calculated according to the base values of the character. How do we see that? It's like, yeah, it's this one. 876. That's his base defense. Then a certain percentage goes on top of that. And the flat amount on top of that as well. And the flat amount is dependent on this value over here. Flat amount. The percentage amount. Dependent on that one over here. So if I would want to make more damage with the flowers, I thought I was at 70, almost 100% with this dude. I mean, wasn't this the idea behind it? What about the artifacts? Did I change some of them by chance? The defense goes up by, yeah, 30% with the defender's will. That's one of those gimmicky kind of builds. It's really cool. And the geo damage goes up because this is what scales with the flower thingy. Can I switch to anything else that would be helpful? I mean, the gladiators item is a good idea, but normal attack damage, yeah. Paulo increases their normal attack damage by so and so much. We don't care about the normal attack damage because he's not on the field. What we need to do is like increase the geo damage a bit. So maybe I can choose improvement of the archaic Petra or whatnot. Upon attending a mental shard created through a crystallization reaction, all party members gain a 35% damage bonus for that particular element. Yeah, only one form of elemental damage bonus can be gained in this manner. 35% damage bonus. And sadly it is only elemental. No, I need something different. Using an elemental burst creates or increase all party members' attack by 20%. Yeah, that's useful. But only if you have it maxed out, and then the first set effect is pretty useless, really. Power damage goes up. That's not it. That's also not it. That's also not it. And we have no other items. Okay. These were basically the only options, right? Looks like it. Okay, so attack and health, they don't really change. What about the other stuff? This is defense. What is this? The sundial. It can have energy recharge or some other energy thingamajig. Like that. Oh, the mastery. Yeah, elemental mastery. Those are the specific time piece stats. Then you have geo damage bonus as a separate thingy over here. And this is just because I have no other geo damage bonus, do I? Yeah. All of these things are like related to other builds or whatnot. Let's see. Can I get some geo damage in there, just in case? Oh, what about crit damage? No, there's no crit damage on the big one here. It can only be like elemental damage or physical sometimes. So let's go for geo damage bonus. Yeah, this is the only one. Second one. Third one. Ooh, we got a second one of these. I just don't know the scaling of it. Like, this is 7%. Is this high or low? Or... There's also 7. Okay, so it's basically the same. Energy recharge and defense. Defense as well. This one also. Oh, this is such nice defense values. And crit rate on top of that too. So we're good. And then comes the physical. We don't care about the physical. And the rest is at the wrong rarity. What about this one? This is again defense. But this could have also been used for crit, wouldn't it? I thought I had some... Yes, a crit... This is it. I had another crit thingy in here. But I compared the damage and it was kind of similar. Like, one had a higher base damage and the other one has a higher crit damage when it happens. This is the thing. One is more reliable, which is this one here. And the other one is just more flashy with higher numbers and stuff. But yeah, you don't need that one. What I need is a way to get the crit rate up. If there's something like that. Yeah, crit rate. Let's just look for crit rate. Can we find something like that? We have a crit rate here. Would that work or would that not work? That's the question. Because in the end, I have to compare it with the defense and the crit damage on there as well. But the crit damage is only half of that, basically. It's 30%. And this one is 50 something, so there's a difference there. Okay, it's a percentage, but this one is from another number. But they get multiplied kind of the same, aren't they? Kind of. Whatever. Crit rate. Do I have... Yeah, this is just attack. Come on. Do I really not have a leveled up crit rate in here? I don't think so. Then we have crit rate, defense and crit damage. Oh, that's actually a nice combo. I could try that one. Only other thing that I would need is like a percentage defense on it. What else we got? Nothing here. Oh, wait. Increases shield strength by so and so much. And but protected by a shield. Again, an additional 40% normal and charge attack. Okay. This is only good for the one that is affected by the shield and no one else. Damn it. Or was it always at 25% or 28%? I don't know. It kind of felt as if this sword was a bit more powerful. But now it is not. Iffy. Yeah, sadly. Maxed out. Come on. You end up with, like, maxed out gear and whatnot. The only other way would be to use some wishes. Not gonna happen. I'm not wishing for some swords. So... yeah, that's that one. What do we have over here? Yeah, okay, this is at least crit rate. 15% only. It's so low. Spoken bounce, yeah, that's neat. But only 12. So this is basically like the fillet blade. Kind of. Elemental mastery, nice idea, but... the healing thingy again. Nope. That's another healing thingy. Wait, what's this one? When switching characters, the new characters taking the field has their attack increased by 48%. Ooh, 14 seconds. When switching characters, the new character taking the field has... Now the question is, Is it switching away from this character, or is it switching towards this character? Can only occur once every 20 seconds. When switching characters, the new character. Place in the menu list. It does not say if you have to switch to this character or away from this character, or if it does not matter and it affects the whole squad. Bollocks. The problem is I also used up some of these items in order to improve some other ones. I used up some level 3 items that I had in my inventory to improve the damage on some others and whatnot. Yeah, mostly some bows or not, but they're all locked, thank goodness. But yeah, this one, for example, is a decent crit rate. Yeah, nice crit damage. Weak spots. This is so... Ugh. The way it's written, like, how do I know what a weak spot is? Is it the head? Is it the glowing piece? What is it? And also you have to aim all the time, which means that you lose damage time. Like, you need some amount of time in order to aim. That means you cannot do damage for the moment. But if you just button mash and use the auto hit method, like auto aim and whatnot, then you can still deal damage. It might not be as high per hit, but the overall damage might be higher. And this is what needs to be considered. Like, there are nice items in here. Charge attacks, hidden weak point, deal additional 200% attack damage as crit damage. Can only occur It says it's 200% attack damage as crit damage. And then it increases crit damage. So that one goes up even higher. So this is actually a pretty decent bow. But again, on weak points. Here we have 2 weak point improvements. One of them is this one, 48%. The other one is a 200 attack percent. This one is all the time. This one is only once. So it's a very situational character. Like, if you use it just once, hit the weak point, deal an awful lot of damage, and then switch to another one, then this is definitely the better bow. But if this is your main damage dealer, then maybe this one would be a better one. Or maybe even this one here. Because, yeah, you can just attack the target multiple times, and the crit rate kind of works like a damage improvement thingy. 35%, like, pretty decent too. Now, what about her values though? I like the way she bounces up the spear every time, like dong, dong, dong. This must hurt a lot. Okay, sadly this is just energy recharge, and in combat it is not as good. That's the problem. Like, you can have a high energy recharge value, but it does not feel as useful to me. That's the thing. Bad feeling. Then we have some more damage. What about this one? Increases damage against slimes. Wait, there's a black and wears a white tassel, right? No, this is the Hellbard. Increases normal attack damage. Like, this is very general. I get slimes against everything. This is actually a pretty decent spear. 48%. Kind of sounds familiar, right? The 48% against weak spots for the bow. Same thing. Maybe even similar crit rate. Or the other one could have been damage. Whatever. Normal attacks deal an additional 320 attack as damage, and this effect can only occur once every 10 seconds. So this is the official blade. Amazing. But it's not 320. But the spear, I think... So this one starts at 40. Let's just quickly go to the swords for now. Starts at 40. This one almost starts at 40. That is very interesting. Because in the end, this one has a higher percentage multiplier. But this is not a 100% certainty thing. It only has a 50% chance of happening. Whereas this one here has a 100% chance of happening. The problem is that this one can only occur once every 10 seconds, which is even lower than the fillet blade. But it's a fast weapon, right? You're supposed to hit multiple times with it. And then there's just one instance of high damage, and then you're supposed to switch characters? Come on. Like, wait a minute. How quickly can you switch your characters? I have to check that. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dun. Okay, so you need 4 seconds in order to cycle through all of your characters. Let's say they stay on the battlefield for an additional seconds. That means it's 8 seconds. So yeah, it takes 8 seconds to cycle through all of your characters. That means that the fillet... Yeah, and let's say you have them on the field just a little bit longer. Maybe your main damage dealer, right? So you can switch from the first to the second to the third to the fourth character. And all of them have this bonus damage item. Sadly, it's not always the same effect. I mean, it would be nice if it's the same effect. Just with different stats, but under the same name, right? Let's say this one here, it's a gash. So any other thing that works similarly should also be called gash, just with different numbers, of course. Like a sword is different from a hellbot and so on and so forth. But this one can be used every 11 seconds, then you switch to another character, right? That also has this thing. You deal the initial high interval of damage. Let's say you deal yeah, what about her? Oh, wait a minute, she did not... It did not hit the ground. Listen to that. That's the same sound. It makes click and then falls into place. And there's no boom or the sword hitting the ground. This one does not make a cling. This one makes a cling. This one makes a dong. This one makes a cling. This one makes a ring. This one makes a sh. This one makes a whoosh. This one also makes a whoosh. This one makes a... It's almost the same. Yeah, this one clicks more. And this one goes wing. Yeah, that is also really flashy. Like, why is it that spear users have one of the most flashy weapon calls out of all of them? Like, she's just and she's like this weighs like kilos. It's the same animation. But she's more flashy. She goes, ta-da! That's cool. Yeah, this is also the same animation, isn't it? Except for him. Sword comes from the side. Sword comes from on top. Sword comes from on top. Sword comes from on top. Sideways move. Okay. Okay, sideways thing again, but with the bow. Very interesting. And then we have the, it falls from the sky. And into the hand. Whatever. Yeah, I was actually looking into some initial damage thingamajig. On hit, normal attack, This is like the run core, so this is supposed to be used on the battlefield for a very long time. And once you have the bonus going, then everything's fine. This is against Pyros, so it can be good with Bennett. And Peep falls below 90%, increases charge attack damage by 50. And charged attacks become harder to interrupt. Well, harder to interrupt just means... Okay, I don't have any better claymores in here. It's just that I really like the club. Because of the AoE thingy. It's really neat. But yeah, this one is better because of the def scaling. Whereas this one would be better in terms of overall damage. Also, the Frost Burial has this side effect that is similar to the Fillet Blade, except that it has not a physical component, but it is actually elemental. In this case, it's cryo. Yeah, it can only occur once every 10 seconds, and it has a certain chance that it happens, and 80% of attack damage happens with the as cryo damage, and if the enemy is under the cryo influence, wait a minute, it doesn't really say what kind of damage it does it? It just says that it does AoE damage, not what kind of elemental damage it is. We could infer that it is cryo. But yeah, if the enemy is already affected by cryo, then it does, of course, the 200%. Problem with this thing is, it's only at rank 1, and it can get even higher than that. So it's not as potent as it would have been. Whereas this one here is already a little bit higher. So 280, and it is at level 3. The numbers might have also just been the same. So this one goes up by 10 every time. This one goes up by... maybe this was 80, wasn't it? 80, yeah. So this another 10 every time. So 80, 90, whatnot. Where is it? Maybe it goes up by 15. And it ends up at 95. And yeah, it had to go up by 15. And this one goes up by... not 15, it's a bit more, but you can't divide 80 by 3. That is iffy. Maybe it just has different numbers. Whatever. That's just a really cool thing. So this is the alternative to the Fillet Blade that I... Or was it? No, this is the alternative to the Fillet Blade. But this physical damage bonus is so much better when it comes to the scaling. But yeah, this one increases the attack value. Then this happens. Even more damage. But in the end, the physical damage is also applied all the time. But this one summons a... this one summons a crystal that does elemental damage. So it's kind of like sidelined a bit. Okay, I could try to make some kind of fillet team with it. So the combat behavior of it is always a little different. Meaning that instead of having one character on the battlefield that does most of the damage, and you just let them call some backup every now and then, you have... Yeah, you're basically switching equally from one enemy to the next. From one character to the next. And you end up offloading the damage to all the characters equally. But because they trigger this initial damage all the time with the fillet blades and the gashes and... no, gash is fillet blade. Whatever. With this kind of boosted damage every 10 or so seconds, then you can have so much damage. It's amazing. This might be the only way to actually boost your damage to the highest degree. If you are not in possession of some 5-star items, maybe. Anyway, so much so to that. We went a little bit in the scaling and whatnot, but at least we managed to finish the quest. So, the next one is coming up in the next episode. The Swordmaster's path is paved with broken blades. Until then, of course, like and subscribe. Ta-ta!